Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's Chat. And today I'm joined by, well, I guess, Geralt. But really, today I'm joined by Mr. Jordan Ford, also known as the SomerKnight's cosplayer. Thank you so much for joining me today, sir.
Thank you for having me.
So how long have you been in the cosplaying game?
Close to 8 to 9 years now.
8 to 9, so what got you into that in the first place then?
My ex-girlfriend got me into it, and I started meeting with a bunch of friends, and things just kind of escalated from there.
Okay, what was the draw to it for you?
I started off with bad social anxiety, so the concept that I could put on a mask and talk to people and interact and find similar interests kind of helped me overcome that, and it made a bunch of people smile. Kids loved it, adults loved it. So.
No. Do you like really get into character, like immerse yourself in it?
I try to, but conventions is sometimes hard. There's a bunch of people, so if you go full character, you have a chance of knocking into somebody. But events and charities, I go full superhero, I go full monster.
And so you mentioned conventions, like bumping into people. On your page, you shared something I found very interesting was the cosplay is not consent. Can you kind of break that down? Because you had like a big set of rules there covering that.
Cosplay is not consent is pretty much the guideline conventions are most of the time they post it up. But it's like you ask a cosplayer before you do a photo, or mainly before you touch them, just because some people like to try to take the advantage of being at a convention and act like they're not going to do real life. They like to grab on the cosplayers, especially females, touch them more than they should be touching them.
Oh yeah.
But another thing that comes into that is the reason you ask before you touch them, because a lot of cosplayers wear body paint. All of a sudden you can get our paint on you in a 2-hour paint job and ruin your outfit at the same time. Like if we're taking a break, you ask for a photo because we do get hot in these things. I've been at a 10-hour con before and almost had a heat stroke.
Oh my gosh.
So stopping for water breaks is important, which usually we'll get back up in character and do a photo with you, or hey, we'll say, just give me 10 minutes, I'll come find you. Pretty much it's just being a decent human. You don't touch us without permission like you would anyone in normal life. Just ask for a photo, because most time we're more out to get a cool pose to do that photo with you, or if you want to do a cool pose, we're out to do it. But if you don't ask, you're just snapping away. You might like to get us talking, or taking something from our teeth, or any number of things.
That's funny. So over the years, what would you say has become your favorite thing to cosplay as?
My favorite things to cosplay as is Geralt from one, and then my Krampus that I do around town.
Oh yeah, you have a whole Facebook page for that, because that's how how I found you was Somerset Krampus. So how'd you get into that whole persona there?
I was always raised by my parents that there's a balance. For every good, there's an evil. You don't always get rewarded for being naughty, and there's always a consequence. And I kept noticing Santa Claus, there wasn't much consequence other than the code. And then I started reading the folklore and old beliefs and everything, and I found out that Krampus used to work with Santa Claus, and his job was to naughty children. Like he was there to be the balance, and I liked that, so I started getting into it. And I found out people dress up and do like Krampus parades. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get into this. And it grew from there.
How long have you been doing Krampus? Because I saw your page; he's really evolved over the years.
I've been doing Krampus for 6 years now.
6? Oh, that's the majority of your cosplaying career, then.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I remember, Zach Bales' attraction, and he had that Krampus event. I actually saw you there that day having the Krampuses side by side. I thought that was really funny.
I saw another Krampus in town. I gotta go get my photo with him, because I go out get my photo with Krampus often. So last time I did, I had to go drive down to Tennessee.
Oh my gosh. And so what would you say has been your favorite cosplaying experience? Because I'm sure you have a lot of memories and stories with the whole experience.
There's time to talk, but my favorite one, my mother was big into meeting one celebrity. We had to take her to a con. And we kept missing her, and then finally we saw her. The celebrity's face lit up when she saw, because I was doing Krampus that day. She lit up like, this is my favorite costume for the convention and everything, and she's wanting to get photos of us, and it was awesome. And I had a prop on my back, and I was getting ready to leave. She goes, oh, can I take a picture? And it tickled my mom to death because she's trying to take a picture of my backside. So I had to make a joke where she's trying to get a picture of my butt. So I go, and her name was Felicia Day, and I go, Miss Day, if you want, I'll take this off and you can have a photo with it. And she grabbed it and held it up and was having a great time with it, posted it on her Instagram.
Oh my gosh.
And my mom's day. Later on that day, you can find me and my mom and a few friends passed out on the floor.
That must be so flattering, having a celebrity come up to you and compliment your outfit.
Oh, it is. It's great, but I mean, they light up. Like I said, adults light up, children light up. It makes everything worthwhile.
Kind of tying back to the whole cosplay consent thing, what would you say if you don't want to dig in this, you don't have to. What would you say is the most uncomfortable thing that you have had personally during your cosplaying, if you can remember?
I was at a convention once, and I was doing, well, I had it happen twice. I was doing Krampus one year and Batman Labs. So here I am doing a photo, and someone all comes and starts pinching my butt and grabbing my butt while I'm doing the photo.
Oh my gosh.
And of course, my friends and my brother think it's funny, but I can't, on my costume, I couldn't see who was doing it.
Yeah.
So I tried to get onto him, and when I tried to touch him, I ended up running to a pole.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, and then last year I was doing a convention, it was Krampus, and this married couple came up with me, and all of a sudden she's over just grabbing my butt right there next to her husband. I'm all like, oh, this ain't cool.
No, what's with everyone in the butts?
I guess it's what they can usually get a hold of and not get caught.
Oh, well, I hate that you went through that, but I'm sure the good outweighs the bad, definitely.
Oh, yeah, like I said, seeing everyone's smiles, getting everyone's reactions by making videos of people saying hi.
Oh, yeah.
My mother gets tickled with Krampus because we know like sometimes a lot of little kids get scared of Santa Claus, but they love Krampus, and so I'll be over there dancing with them, playing around with them. Some even try to rip my fingers off. I have my claws on, my gloves.
Ooh. Yeah, but with the kids, you have to be real careful with sometimes too, because they are really touchy and wild sometimes.
Yes, but if you know they're going to be there, you can prepare for it.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't have anything they can rip off. Make sure nothing too sharp is going to be there, nothing breakable. Like if I'm doing an event, I'm going to have Krampus there with kids. I'll pull out some foam demon horns for them to throw on.
Oh.
I'll get my chains out so they can act like they're handcuffing their siblings. All that stuff, and just make it interactive for them.
Yeah, you had a whole magic bag full. That's awesome. And something with the Krampus thing, you posted a while back, like saying you've gotten some criticisms from the community because, you know, we live in the Bible Belt and people see what looks like a demonic figure. So I'm sure you've gotten a lot of crap from that.
There's been a few hateful posts on Facebook over the years, but I have a great support system. I got a lot of loyal followers, and all people come out and see me, and they always stand up for me. They bring it to my attention, and we end up laughing about it later on.
I say, what else can you do? It seems like your journey so far into the cosplaying world, which has been a long one, has been going real well, and I guess going forward, you can only look for the best and getting more and adding more characters and so on and so forth from that. Thank you again for joining me today, sir.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me again.
And that is a wrap.
I'll see y'all.